A lot of people seem to be saying that SaaS is dead because we have AI coding, everyone can code their own application, so there's no reason to build SaaS businesses anymore, there's no reason to build software at all anymore because everyone can do it on their own. I have an opinion about this that I want to share in this video today, so if you're interested, keep watching. If you like this video, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing, but now let us get right into it. Alright, so we're going to talk about SaaS today, software as a service. Is it dead? Is it not dead? I do have some AI generated presentation here. Usually I would just be talking into the camera, but then I would need to do some video editing to keep engagement. And I don't like video editing, so I did this, or I made this AI generated presentation. For those of you who want to have something visual while listening, the most important stuff I'm going to say, it's not necessarily all going to be on the slides. The question is SaaS dead? And the proposition is that a lot of people say it's dead because everyone can code their own tools now. Even if it's not the case now, maybe in 1 or 2 years, people will be able to create their own software. There's no reason to hire anyone to build the software for them. They can just specify their needs and the AI is going to produce the perfect software for them. So this is my opinion today. So the first point I want to make is yes, they can, or at least they will be able to do it at some point, but they won't. And this is not about the technical expertise. This is not about competence. This is not about progress. Even if they could build their own perfect application, they won't do it. And the reason for that is people value their time too much. Now, it might seem not real to a lot of you guys, but there are many people, especially business people, that have a lot of stuff to handle, multiple businesses, multiple employees, multiple partnerships, multiple real estate properties and all that. They don't even have the time to answer an email for 5 minutes. You can send 5 emails their way. You can text them all the time. They will not be able to find 2 minutes to respond, maybe because they're lazy, maybe because they really have such a full schedule, but they will never ever find the time to sit down, open Claude Code, learn how to use Claude Code, even if it's simple, learn how to use Claude Code, sign up for some agent tool that they don't really know how it works, and type in everything about product design, everything that they need, describing all the problems. Some people will do it, but I think that there's a large portion of people that will never have the time to even do this. They would much rather just take the money, of which they have much more than time, and give it to someone to do it for them. And one of the things that I found online on Reddit is a quote or an answer, the top answer to a question. It was, is SaaS really dead? And the top comment was, are restaurants dead because people can cook at home? I think this is a very good comparison because a lot of people that don't have time because they have so much to do and they have a lot of money, they either pay a chef to cook at home, either they have their own personal cook, or if they're not as rich, they go to restaurants or they order food home and they don't cook a lot on their own. Now, sometimes they might do it because they enjoy to do it. Sometimes maybe cooking at home has benefits that you don't get in a restaurant or in takeaway food. Maybe it's healthier. Maybe there's some, bonding experience if you cook together with your family. But overall, restaurants and takeaways and chefs are not dead just because you can cook at home. And I think with software, it's going to be quite similar. Yes, people will be able to build their own software if they take the time to properly guide the AI to do it, or even if it doesn't need so much guidance at this point, you still need to interact with it, you still need to explain everything for it. It's not the same as just having the perfect solution for you that you can just use by paying money. Which basically brings me to my main point. Yes, it's going to be different to do SaaS. You need to pay attention to different things, but it's not dead. So in my opinion, there's 4 things that SaaS really needs if you want to be successful. And the first one is network effects. This is something that you can never vibe code. This is something that you can never just do with agents unless you want to have a platform full of bots. If you have some software that relies on the network effect, this can be something extreme like a social network, but it can even be just a platform where people have to interact with one another, where they can share stuff, where they can post and then do something with the posts of other people, or even just share documents. Anything where multiple people are involved, any sharing services, any organization services, any meeting services, whatever, if multiple people use the same platform, use the same tool, and the network effect is real, this is something that you can never vibe code away. For example, you could build the perfect Instagram clone. It can be better in every way. It can be technically better. It can be more optimized, it can have better performance, it can have better features, it can have better design. People will not just switch to your platform because they already have all their stuff on these other platforms. Even if they're much worse than yours, they're going to stay there because of the network effect. Second thing is product design, which plays into the thing that I talked about before. Product design is important because because it's not just that you can implement something. It's not just someone tells you what they want and you can implement it. A lot of people don't know what they want. They need a solution to problems, but they don't even know they have the problems. They accept that they have the problems. They acknowledge that they have the problems once you show it to them. But for them, it's just they do the stuff that they do all the time, and they don't see that they could optimize 100 different things. But if you show them, and if you already have a solution that works and they just have to give you money in order to do it, a lot of people will just give you the money and you solve the problem for them. Which also kind of connects to the third point here. It gives time back to the user. So the user doesn't have the time to answer emails, doesn't have the time to write a message or scan a document. They won't have time to deal with OpenAI or Claude Code or anything like that. So what they're going to do is they're just going to give you money, and now they have more time because you do a lot of work, you solve problems for them, you save them time, and they're willing to pay a lot of money for that. And then the fourth point is maybe kind of also combined with the first one, but I think it's a more general point, an ecosystem around the SaaS. So your company is no longer just a SaaS product. It's not just software where people sign up and do stuff. It also has stuff around it. Maybe a support system, maybe actual people, actual networks, events, or whatever it is in your specific business that you're doing, something surrounding the whole SaaS thing as a whole business, not just the SaaS software in and of itself, but also stuff around it that cannot easily be replaced, like the people behind the company. Also, and this is at least right now a big issue, security and compliance. Now this, to be fair, this might change maybe in 1, 2, 3, 4 years. The AIs are so powerful and so competent that they don't implement bugs. They don't have any vulnerabilities. There's no way to mess stuff up. They build better software than all humans. In this case, you can ignore this point, but as of right now, you can build a lot of stuff and everyone can build a lot of stuff, but if you don't know what you're doing, your software is most likely full of bugs, full of vulnerabilities, and full of compliance issues, which of course can lead to serious consequences depending on what the software is for. Maybe you process sensitive data, maybe it's a financial software. This is also where a lot of money is. So if you want to make a lot of money, you probably do some SaaS stuff with with the financial industry or in the financial industry, and their security and compliance is very important. So if you just vibe code your own software, if you don't know how to code, yes, you might get the features, but you will probably have some problems down the line. So to wrap this up, my opinion is what actually is true is the bar is rising. You cannot just produce garbage software and sell it easily because software is hard to do in general. Everyone can do garbage software nowadays. Every person that is not technical can boot up Claude Code, can boot up Open Code, whatever, and they can just build some bad software. Everyone can do that. This is no longer a skill. It was a skill some time ago. Coding anything was a skill. So even if your software was not good, building any software was a skill. Nowadays, it's no longer a skill, but SaaS is not dead at all. The only thing that's dead is software, garbage software that nobody needs. So to summarize all these points, my opinion is SaaS is not dead at all because you underestimate how little time people have and how much they don't want to deal with all this stuff like Claude Code and building stuff. Just because they can doesn't mean they will. And I think there are a lot of people out there with big problems, with a lot of money, with a lot of need for solutions that will not try and vibe code their own stuff, or at least they don't want to do it for too long, and they would be happy to give you a couple of hundreds of dollars per month to solve the problem for them because they value time more than money. So this was my yapping session for today. Of course, all of this is just my humble opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but this is my view on things right now. Also, to be transparent, I'm currently working on a SaaS startup. Of course, this video is not just to make people believe that SaaS is not dead. I wouldn't be building a SaaS startup if I didn't think that SaaS is not dead and won't be dead anytime soon. But yeah, that's basically it for today. If you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing. Also, in case you're interested, on my website, you will find a services tab and a tutoring tab. There you can contact me if you need help with a project, if you need a freelancer, if you need consulting, or if you want me to teach you something one-on-one. And besides that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to not miss a single future video for free. Other than that, thank you much for watching. See you in the next video, and bye.